Greetings and salutations. This is MazezRealm once again, and this is my third episode of my Guns from Modern Warfare 3 series. And in this episode, I am going to be covering submachine guns. Now, for those of you who have logged in extensive hours in this game, you have grown to love submachine guns. Simply because of the fact that they have a high rate of fire and they are deadly in close quarters combat. And some of the other bonuses is that some of the submachine guns with extended mags boast a really high capacity and make them even deadlier. And one of those that becomes very deadly with extended mags is the P90 that I happen to be using in this particular gameplay. Now, I'm using the P90 with extended mags and rapid fire, which makes it devastating at close range and even medium range because of the range drop-off that the P90 has. That's actually pretty good, the damage that it has. Excuse me. So, anyway, that is a very fun combination to use with the P90 if you haven't used it before. If you're trying to take a somewhat stealthy approach with the P90, I would strongly recommend using a suppressor in range. Some people would prefer a suppressor in kick, but the suppressor kind of hampers you a little bit as far as the distance that you can kill people. And so that's why I would definitely recommend using range instead of kick on it, because it really doesn't kick that much. So the recoil is very manageable on this gun. So that's why I would recommend range over kick with a suppressor. As far as other submachine guns go, there are quite a large number to choose from. And a lot of people, just go with their favorites. For example, my favorite is the MP7, as it is a lot of people's favorite because of its very, very good accuracy. The damage is not as high as people think it is, but it seems that way because all your bullets are usually hitting your target without missing, and that's why the MP7 really shines over other submachine guns. But there are a lot of submachine guns that are actually overlooked. The MP5, for example, is a beast submachine gun. It's very, very good. In fact, it's also one of my favorites. It has a low rate of fire, which makes it very controllable. So you could actually be more of a threat at medium range as well as close quarters combat, which makes it a very overall useful submachine gun. You can use it on more maps than you could ever imagine because of its characteristics. So the MP5 is best, in my opinion, used with a suppressor and range on it. It's also very, very good with a suppressor and extended mags because of its 30-round magazine that it normally has. So definitely try out the MP5. I know it's very underused, but it's very, very lethal in the right hands. So the MP5 is one of those often overlooked submachine guns. Another one that's very overlooked, in my opinion, is the PM9. Now, the PM9, I know a lot of you will say, oh my god, this gun is absolute shit. I don't even know how in the world they would put it in this game. Well, it sucks if you don't know how to use it. That submachine gun's hipfire capabilities are unlike any other submachine gun. And it also happens to have the highest rate of fire. So if you slap on extended mags, rapid fire, and steady aim, that gun will literally devastate people. It really does well. And the reason why it's commonly overlooked is because of its really hard to use iron sights and erratic recoil. It makes it somewhat hard to use. But with the right setup, it is a very useful submachine gun as well in close quarters combat. Wouldn't recommend the PM9 for medium to long range. Just make sure that you keep it to like shotgun range with the PM9, and you will have a lot of good matches with that gun. If you're looking for easier times as far as close quarters and medium range is concerned, the PP90M1 will not fail you whatsoever. That gun is considered to be somewhat of a troll gun because it almost seems overpowered because it drops people so quickly. But you have to somewhat be accurate with it as well because it's fairly weak. Yeah, it has a high rate of fire, but it is somewhat weak. So if all your shots are not on point, you can lose some battles with the PP90M1. The thing about the PP90M1 that makes it so good is the fact that its hit spread is actually really good as well. So a lot of people win gunfights just because they can fire it from the hip and kill you that way. So if you're looking to have an easy time with submachine guns, for sure, the PP90M1 is actually a very somewhat easy submachine gun to use, and fairly good as well. So that's another submachine gun. It's one that I don't use just because I like other submachine guns better than the PP90M1. But that's just my recommendation for that gun. Now, the UMP45 is another gun that is sometimes overlooked. Not always, but sometimes is. Because it's on the starting default classes in the game. So, because of that, it's sometimes overlooked. But that is a very, very deadly submachine gun when you put rapid fire and extended mags on it as well. Or just rapid fire as a whole. It's a very good submachine gun. Has a lot of recoil though, so if you are going to use it with kick. That's what I'd recommend. And if you want to use range on it, then throw a suppressor on there, and that will actually help you eliminate some of that annoying muzzle flash and also let you be on target more often. So that's basically my advice on the submachine guns and their combinations and proficiencies you should use with them. And as far as perks, the ones I'd recommend, Scavenger, Assassin, and Dead Silence will never fail you. And if you're wanting to use a PM9, for example, or a PP90M1, they work really well with steady aim and sleight of hand. So those are the choices that you have. Obviously, you can, add some more perks to that and explore a little more. But that's my advice to you all as far as submachine guns go. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. And until next time, this has been MazezRealm. I'm out.